Okay, I am set up. So, this is Luvinsparkles, and we are going to do a section on my HAED. My HAED is 120 centimeters wide, 160 centimeters tall, which is the equivalent of 4 60 by 80s. I've got you zoomed into the spot I'm going to work. It's a little 600 section. It's gridded off. Each of these little blocks is an inch, and each inch has 100 little baby squares in it. Baby squares is where you put your drills. This is Pattern Keeper. You can only use it with Android. They do not have a Pattern Keeper for iPhone yet, so it must be I actually bought this tablet just for this. And this is my cover minder that I made for myself. I'm using get to it. There you go. I'm using a Diamond Art Club pen and a NYX's Notions tray. There we go. And we will start. Now, there has been lots of stuff going on. Now, I would not recommend anyone who wants to do one of these, I would not recommend doing it the way I did. The way I did is I went to AliExpress. I bought this blank canvas, which was god-awful. And then I went to one dealer for drills who sent me a price quote, and I was like, ooh, wow, okay. And ordered them, and what I got was the drills for this canvas, but not the max color, which it does make a difference, I found out. And neither me nor her thought about it, but when you do it that way, and she did not redo the drills, I got way more drills in some places, not enough drills in others. And then finally, I got most of my drills, but I never got all of my drills. And so I went to Diamond Drills USA and my stash and finished out my drills. But now I'm realizing that I have way more in some colors and not enough in some colors. Yes, I do have all the colors, but they're still jacked up because she never really changed it she just kind of replaced what was missing altogether, where I actually should have had her. And this is why some companies will tell you, no, we're having to redo it. We just can't send you yada yada. Because since she had to go to the max colors, that meant they were more of some and less of some. So I'm actually got not enough here, too many there. It's just a mess. And luckily I diamond paint enough that I can fix it by saving some. Now guys, this dot right here on my iPad signifies the exact middle of my canvas. And these signify the halfway marks. So when I finish right here, it's like right here. When I finish that will be a complete 60 by 80 that's completed. That is so awesome. So awesome. I have been working on this thing forever and a day. I think I started January 1st, 2021. So it's exactly a year and a half I've been doing this. Okay, I can see that one's going to give me troubles. So I have a very fine tip, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that is my 10 mark. So I am going to make this my 10 mark. Because sometimes they have some other grids that look a little like it should be your grid line, and they're not. And so that just clues me in that which one's my grid line. So I'm not putting them in the wrong spot, because that really sucks. So thank you to all the people who have shown up. If you're new, I hope you stay and enjoy yourself and come back again and hang out and have all the fun. It has been, I haven't really done much in the last couple of weeks, partially because I wasn't feeling like filming, and I usually would do a live then, but my internet is crud, and it was on a satellite, and so they just dug my fiber optic line Friday, and so my satellite now is shut all the way off. I just was like, yeah, you can take that and go do something with it. Took a while to convince the guy that no, what I'm getting you can't meet, so no. Because it was, of course, well, we'll give you extra money or extra data. We'll give you so much off. And I was like, no, you still at your fastest can't get what I'm. And I finally told him what I was getting, and he was like, yeah, no, we can't do that. And I was like, yeah. I said, so I just need to cut it off. Are you going to send me a box? And they were like, yeah, just when you get the box, take it into UPS. So I'll be driving into UPS sometime next week or so. But my box for the fiber optic actually gets here Tuesday afternoon. I have to clean everything off my desk so that he can move my desk, which is going to be fun. But I will do it. I'll probably take a lot of it and go through it and clean it up. And some I can get rid of. Some I can file. Pick up Princess's little art and craft area. Because I've been using it for the last week. I've done 130 by 30 and 230 by 40s. And none of them had legends. I mean, they were budget companies from when I first started buying in 2020. And so none of them had legends, so I was photocopying the legends off of them so I could use my Xyron maker and make stickers. But I flat pumped through them things. 30 by 40, done 2 days. 30 by 30, done 2 days. So in 6 days, I've done 3 canvases. And then I come over here, and I'm going to work on Big Mama for a while. And I'm in the Michaelgelina along come the 1st. So the next one I film will probably be my kit up. I got her out here, and I need to kit her up, and I need to go through all my ABs and special drills and sparklers and figure out which ones I'm going to add to her and where. Okay, now if your pattern keeper does this where it loses the little symbol in it, just go back to your, and this is how many patterns I have in here. I have a couple of draglings, and I have a couple of JBJs. You do that, and that will put the symbols back in it and fix it so that it's not wonked out. I don't know why it does that. It's like it has a brain poot and just poots right along. Yes, you're staying. But it's kind of like counted cross stitch, whereas, with the counted cross stitch, you have your 8 of fabric and you count your little blocks on your fabric and do your stitch. Here you have a blank canvas that is gridded like an Ada, and you put a drill down, which counts as a stitch. And each stitch is a drill. And so this would be like putting a stitch down, only you're putting a drill down. So it's like counted cross stitch, only you're not going to poke yourself with a needle. And then, like with me, once I got to this far, I mean as far as I am, it's kind of easier to follow. Back when I was up at the top, that was a no. It was not easy. And it was all, I mean, I saw dark blue like 939s, 823, 803, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of them for months. I'm talking months before I started seeing other colors in the picture. When I finally got to the gazebo that has a little bit of yellow in it, I was ready to jump out, and I was in my living room doing a happy dance. Now, if you're not wanting something so ungodly big, when you go to Heaven and Earth and you pull up your artist, they will have different varieties. They'll have max canvas, max colors, max this, max that, or they'll have minis. Now, I would go for a mini, because the minis are still big. Minis are still big. And I would go for non-max colors. Minis is about the size of a regular 60 by 80, 70 by 90 canvas. That's a mini. And then if you go non-max colors, they're talking 94, 95 colors. So this one was 240 colors, and the 5 foot by 4 foot, basically. Oops, I am off by 1. Oh, I see what I did. Go up 1, and up 1. And see, I just kind of saw where I was at, saw that it didn't look right, and just moved it around with the pin. Okay, and then over to here, and there. And then I've finished all these, and you can mark them like that. And all you do to mark them is just rub your finger over it. Like so. And then you hit the little check mark, and it will color them all in. And all that part is done. I'm sorry, I just put my hand in front of you. I'm going to try to see if I can move that light. But to do it, I'm going to have to move some furniture. So I'm going to have to wait until one of the grandkids get here, and I'll have them help me move this. I got an overhead light, and move it further down so that I can move my ring light apparatus further. And then you just click on the middle. That's the way I do it. I used to do it by going top, that color. But I would have areas that would have not that color in it. So I found out that I can click on the little search button, click on a little square, and it will pull up the color. And then I can just do it that way. And for me, I mean, you can do whatever you want, whatever works, guys. That's the wonderful thing about this. It's however it works for your brain and you're doing it. But I've kind of just figured out what was easiest for my brain and for me to figure out, and that's what I went with. So, that's it. Now on Rose Prophet channel, her lives, I will be going on there and doing question answers on a HAED. They're going to have me on their channel someday, probably when they get around to doing their HAED. Because so many people are starting to question HAEDs. I've seen people that cut them into panels, but I thought this picture would look pretty funny as a panel, the way it would split it up. So I just toughed it out, and there are pictures I've seen that, yeah, you could probably get away with it. The ones that are, like 4 different scenes and stuff like that, you could probably get away with it. This one, I couldn't see it since her face was smack dab in the middle of the photo. It would cut her in half. So I just went cold turkey and started her and have been going ever since. And sometimes, guys, because this pattern will tell you exactly how many drills you have left to place. I have, let me see. Tells you how many placed per the day. I've done 48 so far. I have placed 150,498, and my total is that I have left is 270,000 by 900. Yes, this was a huge endeavor. I guess I'm one of them go big, go home. First one out of the box. I mean, I have some other ones in there. I have some, they call them Crown Jewel. And if you go to the Heaven and Earth site and go, I think it's on the top left, but it's up in that little bar at the top where you can look at everything. And it'll say Crown Jewel section. And what it is it's certain, and it's not all the artists. So if you're looking for a specific artist, it may not be there. It may be one of the ones like mine. Most of mine were where you had to go do it yourself. Can't pick easy. But if you can find one that's in there, it'll actually print it on a canvas. You can tell it whether you want double-sided tape or you want poured glue. You can tell it whether you want color or you want it in black and white. So, I mean, it's pretty explicit. And it'll print the whole thing up. It'll even washi tape the edges. I mean, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Only problem is, where's that? Did I miss one altogether? I sure did. Let me see what color that was. I'll just take one from down here. We'll take this one because I need one. And we're going to put it right there because I'm missing that one. And then I'll just get that one again when I get there. But it'll come out. It'll be pre-printed. It'll be just like getting one from Diamond Art Club. The only difference is you will have no drills. You will still have to outsource your drills. So that's the only difference. I mean, it'll come in. It'll be pre-printed. It'll have a clear cover. I mean, it's gorgeous. But you will have to source out for your drills. Either go to Heaven and Earth or Uniquely Yours or Jaded Gems or one of those shops to get your drills. Or you can use your own drills. If you have enough, you've been diamond painting for a while, you can use your own. It is all up to you. I have got some that are my own. And yes, they have some that are different colors because, it gets into that dye lot thing. Well, what I do in that case is I put them all together. And if I'm only working in a little section, I just make sure I use all the same shade in that section. Because when you get further away from that section and you're off a shade, you really don't notice. It's just if you're working in one section and then all of a sudden you've got different colors, you're going to notice. So things like that. You can have like the way the dye lots get off and they're off a shade here and off a shade there. And I have done that. And I hope everyone else's weather is being better than our weather, our weather, some of the, I mean, I've lived here for 50 years, 52, 50 years. And it's some of the hottest weather. I got a little hair in here that is stuck in my glue dot and I couldn't get it out. But it's been some of the hottest weather I've ever seen. Where in Arkansas it was straight up 108 with no heat index. And the heat index, when you get that humidity, and it's not so much the humidity, it's the dew point, is what the lady explained it as. And it's the point at which you'll sweat and can stay sweating. And so that's why it makes it feel so much hotter. So you gotta watch yourself, guys. Make sure you hydrate, 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 hydrate. My daughter-in-law works at Sonic. And I got a phone call last night during a live of my husband calling saying she's really sick. Should I take her to the ER? And I was like, well, what happened? And he's like, well, she almost fell out at work and she's really lightheaded and she's, can't hardly stand and she's sick to her stomach and feels like she has to poo and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, yeah, that she got heat exhaustion. I said, go get her some Gatorade, Pedialyte. Make sure she's drinking a couple glasses every hour to rehydrate. Because if you don't, then you lose your electrolytes and then you will be at the hospital. And so he called me back about 20 minutes after that and said, yeah, she's feeling a whole lot better since she's drank one glass and working on her second. And I said, now when she's at work, she is going to have to remember. She's just flat going to have to remember that she needs to drink a glass of water about every half hour to an hour if she's going outside. If she's sock hopping it and in and out of the heat, she's going to have to really drink the water and stay fully hydrated. Maybe get a towel and one of those wet cold towels and wear it behind her neck, while she's out there. Because it was like 100, I don't even know what it was. And she's out there delivering food and then falls out. So I was like, yeah, gotta remember, you gotta make sure you hydrate. Now on these canvases, you're gonna run into it right here. I have from 1 to 28. Actually, I think it goes to 1 to 32. And then I got some that had 3 zeros and a 4, and 3 zeros and and 31. And you go to threadbare.com, and what it is how on the shanks of embroidery floss, you'll have some that are like 6-stranded, rounded together, or they're a different texture. That's what they are. They're the same color as another color in the kit, but they're a different texture. So they show up different. So I went to Threadbare and found the closest, because they'll give you like 6 choices. And then I picked the choices that look best with this photo. Because I didn't get them drill colors at all. So I had to definitely go buy those because some of them are like thousands of drills that I'm needing to get. So these are a very big endeavor. I think that's the right word. Definitely work on other projects during it. Otherwise, you will go insane. Don't just try to work on this thing. When I get sick of looking at this background, I go to a different one. Because otherwise, you will get burnt out. So I usually work on this one for a few days, and then I'll go work. Like I just finished the Wild Waves from Nuclears Down Under, which is absolutely gorgeous, guys. It's framed, it's hung. I will walk around. I wasn't able to do a post review on it for the simple fact that when my kids showed up, it was kind of a, oh my God, we're here. And I don't know what that one is. What? I don't know. What did I do? Because this doesn't go here. This doesn't go here. I really messed it up. Or I didn't mark something. Oh, I didn't mark something when I did those. That's what happens if you don't do this part. That, there. It will throw you plumb off. Okay, now back to this. That. There we go. I was like, what? Why is it? What's wrong with this thing? Okay, now I'm back on track. Because I was looking at my picture and it was like what I had wasn't matching up. So, yes, you've got to be. Just have one off in the wings, and that way you don't get burnt out. Like I finished Wild Waves. Like I said, I did not do a post review because my kids came up to take me for a belated birthday dinner, and I didn't have it done. But I had someone here that could help me frame that big old monster. And I looked back in my craft room, and I actually had a frame in there just sitting around that was going to fit it. So I'm not stupid. I don't look a gift horse in the face. I was like, help me get this framed and on the wall. So that's what we did. And I will just do the post review with it up on the wall if I have to. But it looks gorgeous up there. I gotta get another one of those. Another one of those. Okay, and then that was 160. I'm getting that one I pulled off. And voila. It's pretty bad. I've gotten to where I pretty much know these colors, and someone was asking what colors they were at Jeremy's site, and she was like, do anyone know what colors these look like? And I just came over here and started digging them out of my thing and taking pictures of them and sending it to her, because yeah, I have them all. I have every one of them. $38.36. That's here. You're a little man that wants in the house, but he always wants in the house at the most inopportune times. So when this video is over, I will let him in. Because it's like an act of Congress to get over there. Oh, and of course, you know, they came out, and when they came out with a bucket truck, and the guy was good. He says he's sitting at the end of my road or my driveway, and he's like, I really don't want to take that truck across your bridge. He says, I'm just not so sure. It's not too heavy. And so I was telling him how he could drive up as long as he stayed, you know, within a certain area. He wouldn't hit any of the field lines and all that good stuff. So he gets his truck in there, and he's up on the poles and running wire and doing all the stuff he's got to do. And the next day, they come out, and someone comes out and sprays. And he sprays and, you know, found all the pipes and the lines and marked them and sprayed them, you know, little lines of what was what. And lo and behold, that ditch witch driver, which cracked me up, the ditch witch driver is like, I couldn't get the where I could get right on that line, so I just got as close as I could to it. And he hit the bottom two The one coming down, the way my septic lines are ran, one comes down, and then they run across the road, across the ditch. And he took a big old chunk at it, man. So now they've got a roll of cables sitting on top of a hole he dug, so that the guy that comes out Monday to fix the pipe and fill it in can see it. But I was like, really? He says, yeah. He said, it was marked perfectly. If I just stayed on that line, I wouldn't have hit a thing. And I was like, I can't believe you just said that. I mean, to sit there and say that, it's crazy. And sometimes I'll sit here and I won't, like when my granddaughter was here and she'd get up, she'd be sleeping and I'd come in here and work on this. I wouldn't have anything playing in the background. I would just sit here nice and quiet and reflect and just work on it. And I try to work on at least 600. Sometimes I'll get as far as doing 800. But I try to always, do 600. Because, that's progress. That's progress. I mean, you can see where it ends up there, but there's actually about a foot hanging over the top of that noodle roll. Because I have a noodle roll on the top of my table so it don't get a big crinkle in it. It just goes over a big bend. That, okay, YouTube, that is my clock. It's telling me the hour. That's my clock. Do not give me a strike. They've gotten into giving me strikes because when the clock goes off, they say I'm playing music. Not music, my clock. Ooh, gonna be the Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis. Yeah, there we go. That I will be working on now. Now, guys, coming up, when I get the new internet, I will be able to do lives. I will be able to add people to my live. I will be able to go into other people's live. Because when I get the new one, I'll be getting 1 gigabyte per second. Upload and download. So when I upload a video, it'll be loaded in a matter of seconds to minutes, not hours or days. Which right now, it can be hours to days. It's crazy. So I cannot wait. And was it a high package? It was the $119 package. But I'm already paying $220 for the satellite. So I just shut that bill down. And the new one's $100 cheaper. So that'll be awesome. Especially since all the stuff that's in the theaters right now that's really good will be on Disney Plus and Paramount. Here, Maverick should be hitting streaming, I'd say by middle of August. I'd say it should be by then. And Thor just came out, so he'll be August, September. He'll be on Paramount. On Disney Plus. I can't wait because I could do me some more Thor. That was like a fantastic movie. I would recommend it to anyone. Maverick was a fantastic movie. Would recommend it to anyone. And there is one on YouTube. For you people that like John Carter, the movie John Carter, they have one on YouTube, and you got to search it, and it's called The Avatar of Mars, okay? And it is so awesome. Because it's about a soldier who's in Afghanistan, and his name is John Carter. And he goes to this planet in another solar system where our government sent him because they were trying to, I don't know what they were trying to do with him. And, you know, he gets there and it's all these alien looking things. And all he keeps telling them is he's from Virginia. Which cracks me up because, you know, he was Virginia in the John Carter. So I was like, yeah, that's funny. Okay, so we need to go up to that. I think I'm over one. So there's that. Oh no. Let me pull that off of there. And actually pull that over one. That's on that side, and that's on that side. Oh, and that is right there, right next to it. This is right here. Sorry about me talking to myself. I was trying to fix something. Got all those done. All right. Like I said, it's like doing counted cross stitch, and sometimes you have to go in and frog stuff and take stuff out. I'm actually looking forward to like when I can do the pre-printed one, because then it's just going to have the drills and plop them down like a regular diamond painting. I have one that's, what is it called? One has got a big black cat that's sitting in front of a window that's like a old, almost like a cathedral window, and he's sitting in front of it, and he's sitting in front of him as a crystal ball, real pretty, and it's got beautiful colors, and it's got all the, you know, like the black cat and dark blues and lavenders and purples, and you know, yeah, so it's gonna be very pretty. It's just been a matter of me gathering enough drills in those colors. And then the other one I have is Hubble Bubble, and it's a bunch of cats, and they are playing with bubbles coming out of potion bottles and wine bottles and such. My poor little dog is having a fit. But literally, guys, it's like sitting on Princess and the Pea. I've got 3 pillows stacked on top of each other on the love seat, because, you know, since I'm working on a drafting table that's tilted, it's so short that the only way I can get up tall enough is to actually pile up all these pillows and sit on the pillows. I'm a short little thing. If I ever get around to getting one of them tables, maybe it'll get tall enough to where I can actually, you know, be able to see what I'm doing. And then I just got this little area here to put in here. And it's very peaceful to work on these, you know, because you're by yourself. Because you got to concentrate. I'm doing good by talking and working and not really screwing up too bad. I have noticed that when I talk, it does slow me down, because I'm always double checking what I've done. Okay, there it is. Right. But I love this image. Whenever we get it done, that's going to become our Because we're probably going to have to get wood trim from Lowe's and actually get wood trim. Oh, I don't have those done yet. So that's how you frog them. You just click on them, they go away. I don't have those done. I have this one done. But they'll just go away when you click on them if you've already clicked it. And so that's how you undo stuff. But we will have to go get like corner trim, crown molding, something like that, and actually miter it and get some of those squirrely staples that you use in. I'll probably start looking at Lowe's and see if they sell them. But it's the corners, and they're swirly staples that go in frames to hold the miters together. And so I got to find where I can get those so that we can miter the edges together. And then I probably will staple it all the way around to the back of the frame. I see, you said man. This one here goes over here. I was like, why is that not there? But he goes right there. And that one sits over there all by itself. And then it goes on the other side of him. Like so. Oh no. Okay, 1, 2. And trying to figure out what I did. It comes down. Oh, that dog is going to drive me nuts. Because he's persistent if nothing else. Persistency is his, yeah. Okay. And then, so this goes in the middle. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I think I see it. This goes over on top of him, and this goes on top of him, and that would be the 3. So, yeah. See, just having it off one can jack you up. And if you don't change it right then, it could really become an issue. There we go. Got it all fixed now. So that's how I had to fix that, guys. You just gotta see what you got, work it out in your mind. It's a lot of brain power. These stupid things are a lot of brain power. Okay, there's this one. But we get our full-fledged internet. We went out to eat. No waitresses got fired in this going out to eat. You know, after that last one that took 4 hours and Lord knows and all that. Later today, I'm going to go in my craft room and start pulling out all them boxes and take me a happy little pen and start writing down what's in them boxes and inventorying some of what I got. I may not get all of what I got, but I can get some of what I got. Because with me going in there and getting those budgets the other day, it was awful. Because I didn't know, I was just digging off my rack. Because I was just trying to find smaller ones because I really didn't want to do anything big. I just wanted to knock a few out. And actually, I liked what I did. I'll do a video because I'm framing 2 of them and putting them up. So I really liked them enough to frame them. I'm taking down my pink flowers and putting up Black-Eyed Susans, because they came out really, really pretty. And they're smaller than a 12 by 16 frame, but they're 30 by 40s, which means they're probably 25 by 35 or something like that. So I've actually bought some colored cardstock, which is coming in, and I am going to double side tape them down to that, so that will become their frame, like their mat around them, and do it that way. Okay, coming together, guys. We're all done with that color. And then, like, it actually, when you use the color, it'll take away the stitches. And so it will eventually tell you exactly how many stitches you have left of that color. Like this 3042. I have 955 stitches. Okay. And then when I mark them off, like I mark these 2 off, I'll have 953. So it will literally mark them all the way down to 0. I think I've got 1 that's a 0. And it makes you want to do a happy dance. I work out of those suitcase containers, the ones that have the 2 levels, and I have 2 of those. That way all 240 colors were kitted up. And this down here is so design heavy on the bottom. It's all the mauves. It's the forest, like right here where I'm working here. This is the forest. It is the waterfalls, the king and queen. I mean, it has got a lot. Butterflies, moths, king and queen. It's just, wow. So detail heavy. I did do the boring part first. I have kind of got where I try to do that. Oh, excuse me. To do the less detailed parts first, because, you know, that's when you're first starting, you're all excited, and you're all like, yeah, I want to do that. And then you do all the exciting part, and then you're stuck with all the boring part, and by then you're like, I'm so sick of this thing. I don't want to do this no more. So I try, you know, like I did the wolves and the planets, and there's a couple scary faces and all kinds of stuff in there, but the top. But it was all blue, like mega blue. And see, these right now are trees. I actually know what the heck they are now. Only because I've done so many of them. When I turn off the light pad, well, you can probably see a few here. There's trees coming up there, trees coming up there, trees coming up there. These are trees. Dark blue makes tree. And I am going to sit down. My daughter now knows how to work Canva really good. And try to make a really nice intro. Like just a regular, maybe 2 or 3 of them. that I can have and use instead of those corny ones I've been using, because they are kind of corny. They are kind of corny. I'll give you that. And so I'm going to work on getting new ones. Trying to figure out something. I mean, trying to... Well, now that I can pull my laptop out and actually make it work. Because right now, it'll sit there for 20 minutes just trying to do stuff to get caught up. Okay, that one goes right there. To get caught up from being shut down for a couple days. And it's just like, I don't have time to sit there for 20 minutes while you decide to try to do this and try to do that. So if I can get somewhere where I can just turn it on, and by God, the thing will start working, you know, maybe I can get a program that I can do something with. And maybe my computer will be able to capture and upload my photos and my videos off of my phone. Because right now, with the video or the internet so crappy, it was like, yeah, no, not doing it. Nada, nada. I mean, literally, it was like, nope, 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 sticking its nose up. It would just try and then say, you know, upload failed, download failed, out of time limit. I mean, it was just like every kind of excuse you could have. And I would get so frustrated. And it's kind of discouraging. So I've just been working on a couple apps that I have on my phone, trying to find something decent off of them that I can use. I mean, I've figured out how to adjust them and change stuff in them, but they don't quite fit what I'm doing. I don't want to get as elaborate as Stacy has with her videos. For the simple fact is, because hers actually are to the point where I find them distracting because they got too much stuff in it. And so I actually have to go back and look at the videos or the pictures because I don't know what was added and what is the actual picture, so I'm not sure what I would be getting. It's kind of like, to me, how they sell false cereal to kids, you know, by putting the sparklies and the flying things in it, because you know dang well these canvases don't fly, and they don't sparkle like that. So I've gotten to where I would rather just go to the site and look at the art that's on there rather than the videos, because they're just too much. She does a wonderful job, but they just over the top and a little too much. At least for me. I'll be honest. Just me. Just me. For someone else, they might be wonderful. For me, it's too much. But they do have some new stuff coming out. They have some new Carmela Drakenberg, I think it is. That's cool. And then, of course, you know, Dak always has new stuff coming out. I did purchase one, thank God for Sezzle. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to get anything ever right now. But I was able to get... Let's see. Don't need that there. I don't know why. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. That's why. But I was able to get the Selena mystery painting. And I can actually go ahead and start that one as a filler. The reason I didn't start my Ann Stokes one is my event coming up in October. So we'll talk event now. My event coming up in October, someone actually contacted me, asked if the Ann Stokes painting would work, and it will. And so she was like, "Will it work for the let your witch, let your witch free?" And I was like, "Yes, it will." And she was like, "Yay!" And she goes, "I'm buying it." So I don't really want to start mine, and do whipping chats and stuff on it, if that's what she's doing in October for my event. So I was just like, I'll just wait and get something else. And so I'm not going to spoil it. I put mine away. Mine's put away. And we are doing the Selena one when it gets in. I call it being my filler because I actually use it to fill time. Like when I finish my Sandy, then I can work on it in this. Whereas this month, when I finished the Wild Waves, I've been doing all kinds of short little 30 by 40s and 30 by 30s. Which was better than last month when I did that 40 by 50 and it looked awful. It looked like a blob of color. So you still have to watch the definition and stuff. I have one, I did the 30 by 30. It's pretty. The colors are pretty. But you can't really make out. I think she's supposed to be holding a gecko. I think. And you can see her. But the gecko, not so much. He got lost. Gecko, he got lost. So, now the Let Your Witch Free. It's called Let Your Witch / God. Let Your Witch Goddess Free. It can be, okay, number one, if you're doing a new start, it only has to be a 30 by 40. Okay? If it's a new start. If you're using something that you've used in Emeralds and Fairy Lights, Witch Long, or from Drills and Chills, it needs to have been at least a 60 by 80 or 56 by 76, something like that. And have about half of it left, which would equivalent to a 30 by 40. The first week, at the beginning of the first week, I will post a page where you will post your picture of your canvas before you start working on it with a piece of paper with a word on it. And that just shows me that that's where your canvas was at the start. So that people can't just start early and really get going on it. Like say I've got this much and then they work on it and then they're down to like nothing. Just to keep people honest. And then at the end of the first week, I will post a thread that will say post first week pictures here. And you'll post a picture of your picture. Every one will get one number. Once you get a number, you don't have to post no more if you don't want to. Once the end of that week is done, when I close that out, because at the end of the week, right after I put the first picture, I'll put first week post. And then you can post whenever you want in there. And then on the last day, the last day, I will close it out to where you can't post in there no more. And I will give every one of them a number. And then I will use that number to do a wheel draw. And that's who will get the first week giveaway. And we'll do that for the 4 weeks of giveaways. And then for the grand prize. We have Nick's Notions so far. Is doing a grand prize tray and then some small weekly trays. We have DP with Sparklers giving a gift certificate for a grand prize. And Nyx is doing a beast for the grand prize. We have, I'm trying to think of all my sponsors right now. We have Distracted by Diamonds is giving a witchy themed canvas that she will drop ship to the winner. So whoever wins, I will give her your address info and she will drop ship you the canvas. I don't even know what it looks like because it'll be a drop ship, which was wonderfully nice of her. Amber from Amber's Eclectic Journey is donating some cover minders. I have buku cover minders I'm doing. I've made cover minders. I've made a few crystal pins. I've got people sending 3D painted pins, all kinds of little goodies. Okay. Let's see who else. Oh, Dynamite Diamonds has sent these beautiful little packets that she made up. They're gorgeous, guys. They are really, 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 really pretty. That she's got 4 weekly ones, and then she's got a beautiful, beautiful grand prize one made up. So that's gorgeous. I don't think that came off my pen. But, and so she's got that, and then she's got that big one. And then Days Dreams is doing a 30 count bottle storage container with all the bottles full of crystals, rhinestones, jellies, you have it. So that one will be a grand prize. I've actually making some wax or putty and I'm testing it right now to see how it smells. I'm not selling it, so you won't be able to buy it. You can only win it. It'll either go out in the giveaways or to Patreons, PayPal me, that kind of thing. I'm making Care Bear cover minders. They'll go out in the event or be as gifts for Patreons and stuff. Whenever I finally get some. I don't have any, but if I ever get some, that's what I'll use it for. I'm trying to think if I have any emails. And I'm still sending out, hey, have an event. Would love to have you as a sponsor, kind of thing. I gotta make up a flyer, get it out there. If you go to the Facebook group, which is go to groups, go to Let Your Witch Goddess Free. There's a Facebook group. When you get in the Facebook group, there is a Google form. If you could please fill out the Google form if you're participating in the event, because that's just so that if you win, I will be able to send you your stuff. Because if I don't have your info, I can't send you stuff. And Amber can't send stuff. So without info, we can't send stuff. So just that kind of thought. Got to be able to send stuff. Okay, why? Oh, I'm missing a... Okay, so purple goes down there. What goes on top? Oh, missing a color right there. I can get to it. 28. But that way we can send some, goodies to you. So far it's July and I have 6 signed up so far. So I'm so glad about that. Okay, now there's that. So we're in July. We're at the end of July. and we have 6 signed up. So I'll be working at getting more to sign up. We are going to have a lot of fun. We'll be doing lives. I'm trying to get a hold of Amber so we can get a flyer out, and me and her can go through all the details and get that out to you guys. I know, boy. I'll get you in a minute. If it wasn't so hard to get out of here and all I had to do was stand up, I'd go. Mr. Persistent Buddy. He's that way when he wants to go out in the morning, too. He gets right up in my face and he does not quit. Or if he wants to go out to go to the bathroom, he will not give it a break. Well, I see we hit the hour mark. Well, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here and go let the little Mr. Barky in, because he's probably saying, Mom, it is hot. I don't like it. So, don't forget my event. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be great. Okay, when I say your witchy goddess, if it looks like a goddess, it works. If it's called a lord or lady, it works. If it's an ugly witch, it works. If it's a pretty witch, it works. If it's Merlin, it works. If it's Apollo, it works. If it's Thor, it works. Anything. I'm being very lenient. Josephine Walls, because they all have that ethereal, spiritual feel to them. I'm allowing them. So, I'm being very, very lenient on it, just to have fun. The only thing I ask is fill out the form, just so that I know where to send stuff. If you enjoyed this, I'm going to start having more and more videos. Give me a thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe. I love to have you. Y'all take care. It is super, super hot. It's hydrate. Stay in, out of the sun as much as you can. If you can't, like I said, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I think it's supposed to finally break like next week, because I know ours is showing like temperatures in the 80s and low 90s starting the end of like Thursday of next week. And I was just like, oh my gosh, thank you, because we're cooking. I think you can cook bacon on me. I go outside and I think you can cook some bacon and eggs on me. I've got to go down to the post office or down to my mailbox and put something in the mail. Put the little red flag up, and I just not wanting to walk down there because it's hot. It's like really hot. But till next time, and just keep watching, because I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go in there later today, now that I'm in the mood to do it, and actually go through and do those videos of finding things. Okay, guys. This has been... Oh, why are we so fuzzy? See if I can get it to... Come on. There it goes. I hate this thing. See you later. Love you guys. If you can, like I said, hit that like, subscribe. It helps my analytics. And I will be back more often, if not with lives, with videos. Bye.